The town of Rive-de-Gier, located in the Lorraine department of central France, have been severely affected by massive flooding several days of torrential rainfall. The normally quiet river that ran through the town swelled dramatically overnight, overflowing its banks to inundated homes, businesses and public infrastructure. Local authorities have declared a state of emergency and rescue operations are underway as residents scramble to secure their property and evacuate high ground. The fire brigade along the regional civil protection units have been deployed to assist with the evacuation to provide aid to those standing by the rising water. Roads leading in and out of the town have been cut off, with the transportation service disrupted as a result of submerged brigades and the landslides. This is one of the worst flooding events we have seen in decades, said the major Rive-de-Gier peer official. Our priority now is ensure the safety of our citizens, but we are also deeply worried about the long-term damage it will cause to home and local businesses. The flood have already left hundreds of people without electricity, as the power line have been damaged, while school and public buildings have been forced to close. Emergency shelters have been set up to nearby areas to accommodate those displaced by the flood, with the local volunteers and aid organizations ready to provide food, water and blanket to those in need. Weather experts have attributed the rain and unusual atmospheric disturbance in the region, which has intensified over recent years. The National Meteorological Service has issued red alert for other parts of Lorraine and neighboring departments, warning they feel the rainfall could exacerbate the situation. With more rain expected in the coming days, concerns are growing in the region may seem feel flooding in significant damage to infrastructure. Local residents have experienced the shock to frustration and they condemn the devastation effect for the flood. "We never seen anything like this," said one local shopkeeper whose business was submerged in a deluge. "The river rose so quickly was barely had time to reach. Everything is gone." French President Emmanuel Macron has experienced his solidarity with the affected communities, ensuring that the government will provide all necessary assistance. "Our thought will people of Rive-de-Gier and those affected by the floods," Macron said in a statement. "We will work with the local authority to ensure that support reaches those in need as quickly as possible. Efforts are also being made to assess the environmental impact of the flood." The Lorraine region, known for its picturesque landscape and agriculture economy, is the risk extended to long-term ecological damage water continued to ensure through the fields and forests. The town of Rive-de-Gier in the Lorraine department of central France continue in a grappling with widespread flooding and torrential rain push rivers and drainage system beyond their limits, and they began the allocation flooding has rapidly escalated, with the authority are warning of significant risk of life and property. The situation has prompted the French government with mobilized national resources to assist a local official emergency response. As the rain powdered the Rive-de-Gier, with the rounds through the town rose dramatically, catched residents of Guad, homes, businesses and public infrastructure now lie submerged under several feet of water. The damage of extensive and community forces a long-term recovery process, one of the main receipt. Local authorities have stridulated that public safety remain the preliminary concept with the emergency service forces to rescue operations. The flooding have been led to widespread power outage, leaving hundreds of homes without electricity, as the water have damaged key utility infrastructure. Authorities have also warned residents to avoid during top water, as the water treatment facilities have been compromised. Roads and railway out in the town are flooded. Further isolating in community are making it difficult to deliver supply. Rescue team, including firefighters, police and volunteers, have been using boats to reach those trapped in the flooded homes. Several elder residents and families with small children and have been alerted to safety. Their homes were cut off by rising water. Despite the efforts of rescue teams, the scale of the flooding has made the situation higher dangerously, with the authority urging people to stay indoors and avoid help if they cannot evacuate safety.